Hello everyone, welcome to the video. What am I going to talk about? Well, I'm going to talk about having to get a new van because my old van broke down on me. So the effects it had on me, how much did it cost me, and what have I learned? On October the 20th, 2025, that was when my van broke down. I was on a round that's a 14-minute drive from my house when it happened, and it was 4 cleans away from the end of the day. So we nearly made it. And I knew from the sounds that was coming from the engine that something was wrong and that I was going to have to end up trying to get this van fixed. Now, at this point, I didn't know at all what was wrong with my van, and I had to get it down to my friend's garage, which is an hour away from where I live, but I absolutely trust him. Now, the problem was the person coming to pick up the van to recover it for me was away on holiday, so I had to join the AA to get my van under the commercial cover so that they could recover that. That cost me 2 days. Once the van got down to my friend's garage, I had to wait for him to be able to look at it because he had to do a bit of detective work so he could tell me what was wrong. Because they're really busy, I lost another 5 days waiting for them to find time where they could have a look at my van. And what they told me is because of the metal filings in the sump, it meant that it's not worth investing the money to fix my van due to its age, so I needed a new one. In total for October, I lost 10 working days, which was worth £4,059 worth of work. This was because I was waiting around for information to come down to me so I could make plans as to what my options were. And obviously I was working this out in the meantime, so here are the options. Option 1 was to buy a new van and see if I can get finance for it. Option 2 was to buy a newer van that was a couple of years old and get finance to get that one. And then option 3 was to buy a van outright, and it only needs to be a van that would get me through a year. So the idea being I can save money to buy a van outright rather than have any finance. Applying for finance was also what took a chunk of the 10 days I lost during October, because it's all right for people saying you've been approved, but until you've filled in the paperwork, done the affordability, and you've signed a contract and a mandate for your direct debit, you haven't really got that finance. I've broken down before with my van, which you'd have seen in other videos. So I've got 20 25 litre barrels, I've got a 45 litre X-Line trolley that we use, and I've also got a couple of gardener's backpacks. But I decided if me and Matthew are going to work, it'd be better if we both had a 45 litre trolley from X-Line each. So I brought another one of those, which was £734, and got that delivered so that when I hired a van, me and Matthew could work. The reason why I wanted another 45 litre X-Line trolley was because it holds twice the amount of water in there than a gardener's backpack. So that was less filling up. Now, there's nothing wrong with a gardener's backpack, but I absolutely love the 45 litre trolleys from X-Line. So life was easier with 2 of them, and because there's 2 of us working, we can help each other lift them in and out, especially when they contain water. Another cost that happened at the end of October was I hired a van for a week, and I paid a week in advance, which was £378. This was another one of my options I had going to get me working in the meantime, because I've got bills to pay at the end of the day, and it was obvious that getting a new van was going to take a lot longer than what I thought. Now, I had some money in the bank saved as a bit of a cushion, and I've also got money in a separate bank account which is for my tax money. But I was eating into my buffer, the money I had saved in my main account, and I knew I had to try and get things moving fast. Now, in November, I lost a further 9 days of work. Even though I'd hired a van, sometimes because I was having to keep making all these phone calls and speaking to various people, it's impossible to do that whilst working, especially when using trolleys, barrels of water, and I've got enough work for 2 of us to work all day. And we've got winter where it's getting dark early as well. So I'd have to just not work for a day to try and get somewhere chasing up things, because the finance companies were a bit slow at getting their work done, and I was having to repeat the process again and again to finally get to the end where we could have the van. And it was really touch and go, but finally I got the van. But those 9 days that I totally lost cost me a further £3,235 worth of work. So in November, another cost for you is hire of the van, turned out to be £656. Because I knew what van I was getting and the finance was getting finally there, I got ahead of the game and I ordered myself a Rhino roof rack, which is a further cost of £679. Now I was a lot happier because on the 18th November I picked up the new van, so that was all sorted, finance all sorted, job done, and on the 19th I fitted the Rhino roof rack. I was glad to have the roof rack because it meant I could take my ladders with me for my job I had to do in Aldershot, which is a big job for me and Matthew to do. It was a block of flats and also some houses. So we did the cleaning of the windows and sticker removal on the windows. So that's why I needed my ladders for that. And we did work using the 45 litre trolleys and barrels of water, and we got the job done. So I kept that one booked in the schedule and it was definitely going to happen no matter what. After I did the Aldershot job, I had to empty the van, clean it all out, put my old system in the van and then my electric reels, and then take it all down to X-Line. And what I'd asked for is the van to be Rhino lines, because that's what I had in my old van and it lasted 9 years and was still in good nick, so it's hard, long wearing. That takes a day alone, and then the second day is to have my old system electric reels and pole holders installed into this new van. So that was a further cost of £2,938, and to pay this I had to use money out of the money I'd saved for my tax, which is coming up in January. Another cost for the month is train tickets, £185. This was because I took my van to X-Line, but I had to get the train back. So therefore I had to get the train down there to pick up my van and drive it back. Plus I had to spend money on trains to go to the garage to have a look at this van, and also when I went to go and pick it up once I got it. And a further cost, the last one of the month, I had to transfer £2,000 again from the account where I saved me tax money to boost my bank up, because it's getting towards the end of the month and I wanted to make sure I was going to cover all my outgoings and the wages for everyone. So what was the total cost of having to replace my old van with a new van? Well, here goes. I'm going to have to look at my notes for this. Basically, the costs of everything is £7,570. But if you was to add on that as well, the loss of earnings, which is £7,294, add them two together, and you've got £14,864. So that's what it's cost me. Now that's not including where I've spent money on fuel. I've kind of left it out because I was spending money for working as well as like driving backwards and forwards and getting the new van. So it's probably a little bit more to add on, to be honest. I still got costs that's going to come in on top of this in the future, like my van. It needs to be sign written, but that's going to have to wait until I've got the money saved up for that. Then there's the monthly costs of financing this van, which is £482 a month, plus my insurance was a further £30 extra a month as well, because it's a newer van. So what have I learnt from all this? Well, what I have learnt is next time I get a problem with my van, I'm just going to go the next day and hire a van and just get on with it, because thinking something's going to happen in a couple of days, it can take a lot more than that and you're just losing money. You've got to keep the money flowing, so even at the cost of a hire van, that's what I'd do. Another thing that I've learned is, which I already knew anyway because I've had this previous, I've got what I call a breakdown kit. So I've got 25 litre barrels of water. I've now got two 45 litre trolleys, and I've got a backpack that I can put on a sack barrow. So worst case scenario, me and my two sons can work as a three from this van and just keep things going. Well, it wouldn't be this van, will it? If it broke down, it would be a hire van anyway. And we can do it. It is really hard work though, especially in winter because of the lack of light. And you're going to take more time because you're having to keep filling up your trolleys, unlike working from a big tank, and you're coiling up your hose, unlike an electric reel. Another thing I learned is the importance of a roof rack, because even though I'm a water-fed pole, there's a few jobs where I definitely need and rely on my ladders. Now, you can move your work around to negate this, but it's just so nice to have them. Especially with the Aldershot job, I knew I was going to need them for that one. And another lesson I learned is one of the other options that I was thinking of going for is perhaps it's worth, once you've saved up enough money, just buying an old second-hand van that's going to last a year or two, and then basically just put a DIY system in it, so that when your van does break down, you're not having to hire a van, and you've got a DIY system tank in there with reels, so you're not having to use barrels and trolleys to get your work done, just to help you bridge that gap. And it's costing you nothing compared to hiring out a van. Another lesson that I'd learned is, instead of having barrels of water and trolleys as a breakdown standby kit, it could be worth doing the same, but having a tank with pumps and controllers and some old reels that you can use, manual ones, and just temporarily put that into a hire van to keep you going. Most important lesson that I've learned, or have I learned, I've already known because I've been through this sort of thing 2 times before, is just having a can-do attitude can get you out of a lot of scrapes. And yes, you are gambling because you don't know what the plan actually is, but it just goes to show that it's important to save money as a buffer, save for these sort of things that are going to go wrong, that's for sure. And so you've got a loose plan to get out of it, but definitely with a can-do attitude, you can do it, especially during winter where the weather's bad and you're going to lose days' work as well, which is going to be the next battle I've got. Hope you liked the video. Do me a favour if you have, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff, it helps me out. Hopefully you're not going through this, but if you are, it's going to give you some form of inspiration to just get through it. Because I did seriously consider looking at, maybe, do I now have to give up window cleaning? But I can tell you within 1 second, I knew there's no way I wanted to do that.